Okay, and it's like a 5-step, 6-step. I mean, some people do it in 3. You know, you can even do this in a jar at home, and people actually will close up the jars and shake them for months in the family, and then they'll open the jars up, and you'll actually will have polished rocks. Now, they're not going to be perfectly polished. They'll have some spots here and there. And here's what we're going to start off here with some coarse grit. And I'm going to pour that in there, which that should be more than enough, but we're going to get the overspill here also. And this is actually very fine metallic grit, like you would find on high-end sandpaper. Very high-end. You can reuse grit, even people say you can't, but there's kind of a painstaking process to filter it back out, and then after that, you know, it's just not quite the same, and it's not that expensive. So I think that's going to be enough grit for that. The other steps that we would have took is, before I put this on, other thing, is the water. Now what you want to do is when you fill it up with water, you want to fill it to basically the middle to the bottom of your top rocks. The rocks that are actually on the top. So I really don't need much water here. To be honest with you, that's pretty much right there. I haven't experimented with much more, but we'll see what happens. Alright. Now, of course the tumbler makes this process much, much faster. And I can't give you a definite time, because it really depends on the rocks and the steps and whatnot. But we can actually experiment on the time of this one. Brookie, what's today's date?
It is September 6th.
September 6, 2013. Alright, here we go. This is just a double seal cap. I'm going to tighten this up. Don't want to do too much because it can curve it in, but enough that you got a good seal. And here we have a little concoction of rocks, grit, and water. We're going to put this on the tumbler right here, and I already have my little concoction up here. Outwards like that. And before we turn this on here, the other stuff that you would go through is you can actually buy grit packs like this. It'll come with the coarse, the fine, the polish, and the pre-polish. So this is a 4-step pack. This one over here is like a 5-step or more. So what we would do is we would go from, and this is a long process, we would go from the fine grit that we put in, and then we would wash that out, rough grit. Then we would go to our fine grit right here. Okay. And then we got our fine medium grit here. We also have pre-polish. These are actually the same types of stuff here. And then we have the polish here. There's different really high-end ways to polish. You can get down to where you use a burnish soap right here. Here's a final polish, a very fine. And you can see these are actually numbered in steps that it came in this kit. I'm using parts from another kit that I had left over. So I believe this is totally separate from that there. We got the free polish with fine grit, and then we would have the rougher grit right here. We already used the rougher grit here. So anyway, back to the story. So we would tumble it with this, then we would go to step 2, and we will tumble on step 2 for a while once the rocks start looking a little smoother, and then basically go on and on and on down your steps. We also have black polish pellets here that people use. That's supposed to put a real nice shine on it pretty much afterwards before they start making jewelry and stuff with it. So here we just got the little tumbler. And she's a little sick. As I said, she's a little noisy. Just needs a new plastic piece, kind of chopped up. So normally this wouldn't be wobbling like that, and you wouldn't be hearing that grinding noise, but you would be hearing a hum. They make a single tumbler. This is a professional 2-tumbler. They make a professional single tumbler, which I'll show you later. And then they also, of course, they have like a children's brand that you can use, which I wouldn't recommend at all if you want to have some fun with it, really, because the cost is not that much. And when we come back, we'll go ahead and show you what happens after our first step and how long it took us. All right?